Hey guys, welcome back to Tier Tech. In this video, we'll see while loop in Java. Before going to that, let's remind some points what we have discussed in the previous session. So we have already known that what are loops and why we are using loops in Java. We use loops to execute a block of code repeatedly while some condition is true. And after that, we have seen for loop in Java. We use for loop when we know the exact number of times the loop to execute. So this is the flowchart of for loop. First, we have to initialize the variable. After initialization, we have to check the condition. If the condition is true, the body will execute. After the execution of the body, the variable is updated. So if the condition is false, the loop will terminate. So now let's go with while loop in Java. So this is the block diagram of while loop in Java. Like for loop, we use while loop to iterate over the number of statements multiple times. So when to use while loop? So we use while loop when we don't know the exact number of times the loop to execute. We call while as long as. So as long as the condition is true, we have to execute the loop. If the condition is false, then we have to terminate from the loop. First, we have to initialize the variable. And after that, we have to check the expression. If the expression or the condition is true, then the body will execute. If the condition is false, then the loop will get terminated. Let's see the syntax of while loop in Java. So this is the syntax of while loop in Java. Here there is no need to initialize the variable inside the loop and there is no need to increment or decrement the value inside the loop. After initialization, we have to check the condition. That is I less than or equal to 5. Sysout control space is the shortcut for system.out.println. So here we are passing I. After that, we have to increment the value. Here first we have to initialize the value. After that, inside while we have to check the condition. While means as long as. As long as the condition is true, we have to execute the loop. After execution, we have to increment the value. Let's run the program and see the output. So if you see here, it will print the 5 numbers. Why? Because I is less than or equal to 5. And also it is known as the entry control loop. Why? Because the condition is checked at the start of the loop. If the condition is true, the statements will execute. If the condition is false, the statements after the loop will be executed here. Now let's see the working of while loop in Java. First, we have to initialize the variable, that is I equal to 0. After initialization, we have to check the condition. This is also known as the entry control loop. So I less than or equal to 5. So initially the value of I is 0. After initialization, we have to check the condition. So 0 less than or equal to 5. So the condition is true. It will execute the loop. It will print the value of I, that is 0. After printing the value of I, it will increment the value of I. Now the value of I will become 1. After increment the value, again it will check the condition. 1 less than or equal to 5. So the condition is true. The loop will be executed. So it will print 1. After printing 1, it will again increment the value. Now the value of I will become 2. So 2 is less than or equal to 5. So again it will print the statement and increment the value. So now the value will become 3. So 3 less than or equal to 4. Again it will check the condition, and after printing the value, it will increment the value. Now the value of I is 4. So it will check the condition. 4 is less than or equal to 5 as the condition is true. It will print the statement and increment the variable. So now the value of I will become 5. So 5 is less than or equal to 5. The condition is true. So it will print the statement and again increment the value. Now the value of I will become 6. So 6 means less than or equal to 5. Condition is false. Now the loop will be terminated. So it will print 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So this is the output of this program. So the difference between while loop and for loop is, in for loop, if we know the exact number of times the loop to execute, we use always for loop. If we don't know the number of times the loop to execute, at that time we have to use while loop. In the next session, we'll see do while loop in Java. Please support me and subscribe our channel for more videos.